So I'm here answering a question that I often get, and I thought it'd be really important to address it because maybe some of you are wondering the same thing. And that is, how is it that you begin to tune in to your soul's gifts and establishing that connection with spirit, and you know that you are intuitive, you have been, you have these natural gifts that come to you easily, you feel them from time to time, but how do you cultivate that even more and expand on that? And I will say the major starting point for everyone on this soul's journey of awakening really stems from beginning to invest in yourself primarily. From there, what happens is the more you invest in yourself, the more you begin to know more about you. The more you deprogram, unravel, it's like a peeling back the layers of the onion, and you begin to reveal what it is that you have within you, latent, dormant, just here, ready for you to tap into in terms of your gifts and your skills. And oftentimes, too, we don't tend to really notice, or even what I like to do in a lot of my yoga classes at the very end is send some sort of gratitude and love for yourself. We don't value ourselves in a way that we should when we look at somebody else. And the more you do this, the more safety and connection that you begin to establish with yourself and your spirit. Over time, that's when you create more sense of safety. And this is really important because your connection to your higher self and your intuition and above is more open and will come through you effortlessly when you are not stressed, when you are not feeling overwhelmed, when your mind is not feeling cluttered and distracted by the things that you think you have to do. This is why I talk about nervous system regulation and the importance of cultivating daily ritual practices throughout the day, from the morning, noon, and night, so that you are self-regulating yourself. So if you're someone who resonates and you see content around ADHD, there's a correlation between that and people who are highly sensitive to energy, empaths, and intuitives. And so in a world where we are taught and conditioned from the very beginning to place others before ourselves, to look at what everyone else is doing, what is working for them, and then it must work for me. They paved the way. But that just disconnects your connection to yourself. And this whole journey is about coming back to you, loving yourself, because that is the heart-centered connection between the spirit realm and the earthly realm here in this experience. The more you can have that open heart center, you fall into trust, you fall into safety, you fall into what I say in energy work is you fall into the space of infinite possibilities, and the gifts that you have, the wisdom, the nudges that you're looking for will come through. But until you can cultivate that sense of safety, you're going to feel like you're not worthy of investing in yourself. And if you're not worthy of investing in yourself and discovering your gifts and your voice, what would be the point in sharing it if you want to hide it? And with that deprogramming, that also includes giving yourself some grace. You cannot teach somebody out of fear and pressure. That does not even allow your mind to open up in that state of creativity. So you have to have an environment, cultivate that internal environment as well to feel safe, to be able to receive. And really, joy and expansion is what will lead you forward. So when I get asked that question, honestly, once I started healing, once I started letting go of all the stories that were what I was defining my life through the lens, and I started to see who I really am from a healed space, I started to value myself and believe in myself. And then my passion would lead me, spirit. And the joy and excitement little by little, I started to really see what was important for me, what was the feeling that gave me excitement, what cultivated more interest and passion within me and outward that I wanted to share that with the world. And until you can put yourself first, until you could really begin to invest, how else are you going to cultivate the gifts within you and draw them out when you're living your life where you are just sacrificing? You're not making time for it. But your soul is calling you at the end of the day, at the end of the night, to come forward into something, to invest and develop that relationship that you know you want. And I can say this, working with spirit is the lesson of where you are really being that sacred rebel. You are stepping out and you are declaring that you are worthy. You are making the time to honor yourself, to honor the divine within you. And because of that, that's going to shake things up. That's going to feel scary. It's going to feel uncomfortable. But that is the path for you to really begin to waken up your connection to spirit and your gifts. And to really begin to live a life that is one of empowerment, right? Because it takes bold action and embodiment to really step forward into this journey. And it's not always easy because you have to show up in a way that is counterintuitive. It is entirely foreign and odd to everybody else's perspective. And sometimes it's going to cost you just to step out of your shell and speaking the truth that is within you. But the more that you do, the more you are able to expand and hold yourself at a different level than before. That's why I like to create fun and safe places where you gather together with like-minded people to learn about spiritual work, connecting to your soul's gifts, asking questions so that we can really begin to deprogram your blocks and stepping into your gifts. If you're ready to explore this part of yourself, DM Adornment to receive the link to the waitlist for Adorning the Modern Mystic.